Are you ready?
Hey guys, CSDX and welcome to this video. Metroid! Metroid was originally released on the NES on August 6, 1986 and was released to quite the praise, garnering a sequel on the Game Boy, in addition to a third one on the SNES, which many consider the greatest Metroid game of all time. Then we didn't have another one until 2002 and it was quite the change. Metroid Prime. Released to some similar positive attention, it was an FPS take on the Metroid series and it worked out well. Of course, time went by and Metroid didn't have much luck with entries like Other M and Federation Force. I never played it, but I'm not sure if I want to now. Anymore. I was sad, but However, at E3 2017 at the Nintendo Direct, Nintendo revealed that they were working on two new Metroid games. One for the Prime fans, and one coming out this Friday for the fans of old. Metroid was back on top, baby! So to celebrate, I will be reviewing arguably the greatest game on the Game Boy Advance in Metroid Fusion. And trust me, it gets pretty scary, at least it was for me. So before the title screen even shows up, Samus is in her ship, which then aimlessly drifts into an asteroid belt. Gee, if you're gonna spoil it like that. Actually, it's more like this. She was sent back to SR-388 as a result of some research team needing protection. However, she comes across a Hornad, yes, that's the name, which then transforms into some kind of amoeba going inside Samus. It's then discovered that it was actually a parasite known simply as X, and upon learning, Samus' nervous system collapses and her ship drifts into an asteroid belt due to it. She is then rescued, but has to have parts of her power suit surgically removed due to the X multiplying within her, and is given little hope for survival. Then a doctor's like, oh hey, we got a cure! Turns out that species we eradicated were the natural predators of this evil thing. Oops. Thanks to DNA extracted from the last Infinite Metroid, Samus was saved and also reborn in a sense, having her cellular makeup changed. In addition to her, gelatinous blue partial skin on her I don't know what that is. However, immediately after her recovery, she is sent to the BSL research station to investigate an explosion where her suit fragments were left and a nameless fear woke in her heart. Hey, me too! Oh, and she also got a new ship with a special AI she named after her commanding officer, Adam. Yep. You can thank this game for Other M. First thing I tried, admittedly, was wall Oh, you son of a... Yep, they already nerfed wall kicking. See, in Super Metroid, the wall jump was used by many a speedrunner to manage to get to areas you're not supposed to get to, and it was almost broken at that. I kinda like the nerfing really. It's a bit easier to handle now. Upon getting to the quarantine bay, a lone Hornad. Ah, shit. It got me. Of course, we're no longer infected, as due to the cure we received, the X-parasites no longer harm us, and are now a means of recovering health and weapons. Unless there's power bombs. There's no X for that. However, we're also stuck with a severe weakness to cold, as Metroids are usually weak to ice. Because, of course. We're then directed to a data room to get missiles so we can safely explore... Power's out. Well, let's find another way. Huh, this hatch looks suspicious. Yeah, me too, Hatch. After taking out a boss I was genuinely rusty with, we get back our morph ball ability. Yeah, this is one of the main mechanics. The X-parasites not only restore your health and missiles, but they can also be used to restore suit functions by blasting a Core X with missiles and then absorbing them. I personally enjoy this for some reason. No idea why. Okay, now we gotta go to Sector 1, which is somewhat a recreation of SR-388. Off we go and... Yes, shit! Do you have any idea how many nightmares I've had as a result of that damn thing's existence? At least 100 since I was 13. In fact, let me tell you a story. I was a naive and also very easily scared little shit. In fact, so much so that I refused to play through the game any further from this point, or even a little further point, without a guide, so that I would be able to know, you know, when it would appear and such. And I didn't have access to the internet in the foster home I was in at the time. So during summer school, the teacher would reward us for good scores or good behavior, I forget which it was, and with what we choose. Usually it was candy, but I ended up asking if he could find a guidebook for the game so that I could beat the game without fear and know when the CSDX would show up, really. He actually tried for weeks and couldn't find it anywhere. He kept on trying though because he didn't want me to be so scared about it, and just I felt really bad. I felt genuinely awful that he was going through all that. And at the time, I didn't even realize that guides would not be sold for that long for games, so long as the game is losing popularity or something like that, or just running out of stock or whatever. The game just... I let fear take control of me, and it felt awful realizing that. So I just told the teacher, don't worry about it, and I got candy instead. At least I think it was candy. It was usually candy. So Teach, if you're watching this, I am so sorry I put you through that, and I hope you can forgive me. I can't remember your name, by the way. I would directly mention you as a result if I did, but I'm sorry. Oh, and in case anyone was wondering, I eventually did beat the game using cheat codes and emulations, so I'd be able to play through properly, knowing whenever the CSDX would show up. Nightmares ended up becoming less frequent. I knew the game like the back of my hand soon enough, and though the nightmares do show up every now and then, they end up having an interesting take here and there. So yeah, this game is literally nightmare fuel. So much so that I would go far as to call the game Metroid Nightmare Fuel. Actually, that's a good idea for the title of this episode. So we gotta stop the X from infesting the breeding grounds and... Ooh, a Chozo statue. Wait a minute. Oh shit! And we recover the charge beam from this different Core X. After fixing the breeding grounds, we find that Sector 2 is where we must go next. And we learn the identity of the guy... girl... thing? Androgynous character? That blew up the main elevator. It is known as the CSDX, and it's essentially the nemesis of this game. It's too powerful to face head on, and it's always hunting you down. It even blocks us in after getting data for bombs, which we had to open a security hatch for. Ugh, all these caterpillar things. God, I hope we'll be rid of them soon. And then we get the high jump in Morph Ball and... Oh dear. Fun fact, I actually used to think those were the carcasses of those creatures, killed or just physically maimed by the CSDX. Thus fueling my fears with the belief that the CSDX is that fucking cold and heartless that it would kill its own race, or kind, or whatever you want to call it. I had an overactive imagination sometimes, and it made things a lot scarier for me. So it turns out releasing the level 1 locks was a bad idea, so we're off to Sector 4. Oh, also Samus monologues to herself in the elevators. Again, blame this game for other M's existence. Now we gotta find old Saris and put her down because reasons. Oh dear. Did I use that joke already? Yep, she got infected. But hey, we got the speed boost now. Upon lowering the water, we are sent to Sector 3 for another data room, and it appears the X are destroying everyone we've used so far. We gotta release the level 2 hatch though, and... You know, they said that the X haven't come here due to the hatch not being released yet, but Sector 3 is behind a level 1 hatch which is already unlocked by us. This should have already been infested with them before releasing level 2 hatches. I don't know, it's just me nitpicking some nonsensical bullshit. Well, we've got super missiles, so let's test it out on this security robot. Hey, where are you off to? Also, is that a brain you have? Ew. Now we're sent to Sector 6 to get a suit upgrade. Nice triumphant music, but it's a little too early for... Oh! Well, now I do! We're then treated to blue X that are so cold that absorbing them will damage me. They're like those kamikaze types, or the Al-Qaeda ISIS. Did that Core X just absorb the data from that machine and then destroy it? Well, ain't no rest for the wicked, I guess. Of course, missiles do nothing as we gotta use charge beams before it turns into a smaller one. That's a nice look, I guess. Of course, the Blue X realized it too late as they're like, Banzai! Hey, thanks for the health, man. Oh, right. The CSDX also showed up a few times here and there, but nothing too major happened with them to bring anything up. Yet. Now we gotta go to Sector 5 for ice missiles because the computer claims that we can't have an ice beam function due to our genetic makeup. I'll get to that bit on why that's total bullshit later on. Don't worry, it'll be relevant. After unlocking the level 3 hatch and getting the ice missiles, we then... Yeah, I'm sure that's nothing.
Emergency in Sector 3.
Okay, that I'm certain is not nothing. Turns out we gotta head to Sector 3 because the X did something stupid. Is this what it feels like to be the FBI, CIA, and every other team in the White House right now? You know, I truly find it fascinating. This was a research station that had people working on things, and now a once hospitable place has been overrun by genuinely evil creatures, and turned the entire place into a realm of chaos with all sorts of monsters here, disguised as even uglier monsters. Just like America. Dude! The fuck are you doing? Alright, I usually don't shoot people, but... Oh, no. Well, we got the wide beam. You know, I feel like this beam was made to make up for the lack of an ice beam or something, because it feels completely pointless to have. The wave beam would work just fine for widing and all that. Anyway, with Sector 3 cooled down, we learned that the main elevator is back online and have to head to the top to check for survivors. Do I dare? Yeah, I dare. Hang on, there's no opening here or anything. How the hell did the CSDX get in here? In fact, was it just waiting here the whole time for me to go down the elevator or something? It's just creepy. We end up finding Edicuns and the Horas, or whatever it's pronounced, and... well, you know, those creatures that taught us wall kicks and shine sparks even though we technically already knew those things. Alright, did I mention that shine sparking no longer drains your health? Genius. So now we gotta get the power bombs, and which again don't have any X able to restore them or anything. Kinda messed up, really. Oh shit, hide! Well, maybe it'll go away? Nope, it's coming back. Damn patrol AI. Oh, I hope this power bomb works. I've been had! Let's try that again. Careful, don't draw any attention to yourself. Phew, there we go. Now we gotta return to the ship and... power is completely out, with the elevator stuck midway. Did a space hurricane hit or something? Turns out we gotta figure out what the hell happened to the reactor core as it stopped making power or something, while also starting the backup generator. No saving or recharging either. Oh, and the animals we saved are on the ship now. Cool. Oh hey, the cocoon's hatched. Thanks. That is a lot of vines. So we end up recovering space jump from some sort of Spider-Man thing or whatever, but considering what will lie ahead, we don't have much more health to deal with that. You know what this means? Grinding! Yay! I wanna die. Once we have enough health, we can then go into this SA-X bit and safely avoid it, as long as we have enough health and whatnot. By the way, ice missiles right now are your best friend, even if it only freezes it for a short time. Phew. Good thing it doesn't know how walls with space above them work. Also, in a case of rushing to hide, who would think to bomb above the wall and hide in the ceiling? That's just totally pointless to have. Turns out that some warped Chozo plant was causing the power to screw up, and we get the plasma beam? Fuck yeah! We don't actually get to face the CSDX in a fightable manner until near the very end of the game. Yeah. In fact, our AICO, or whatever we're going to call it, suggests we still avoid it. And apparently the actual cause of the power outage, which doesn't make sense since I took care of that, is in Sector 5, by a creature known simply as a nightmare. It can alter gravity or some shit. Again, it really is amazing that this place used to be so tidy and full of workers. Now it's just barely even recognizable. Just like America. Oh. Oh, Lord. Well, let's shoot the turbine thing and... Oh god, why? Why is it oozing green pus from the face mask? Why does the face mask look sewed up around the mouth? What the fuck? And we got the gravity suit, along with some severe mental scarring. So, I think we're in Sector 4 now? Certainly looks underwater. Though in order to proceed, we're forced to unlock level 4 hatches, and we got something called diffusion missiles. What's it do? Shit, that's pretty useful and cool. Of course we kinda get scolded for it, and then we are told that we gotta finish off the security robot. As it turns out, his brain, was infected by the X-Parasite. I'm sorry, but who puts an organic brain in a robot? Either way, we beat it and get the wave beam. Only way we can really go now is through this forbidden zone. Why is it so forbidden? Oh, that's why. They've been breeding Metroids? What the fuck? Ah, shit! What's going on? Hey, what the hell? What's going on? Oh, hey, CSDX. And the Metroids are getting it. Might as well leave it to die. Next time, I'm taking a right turn at Albuquerque. So it turns out that this station was breeding Metroids for peaceful reasons, and even figured out how to breed them even faster. This is also why Sector 1 is a literal replica of SR-388. Wait a minute. Samus is talking to another character and thus having character? Oh no! Also, it turns out that the SC-X multiplied and there are as many as 10 on the station. Now, I don't know if you actually encounter any should you explore for unfound upgrade tanks and whatnot, but I really don't want to try. Samus then bitches about how this Adam isn't as nice as the old Adam, cue people hypocritically calling her a snowflake, and that it's just a machine with no feelings in her self-monologue. Anyway, Ridley was apparently infected too? Yeah, we'll see you in Metroid Dread should it ever come out, Ridley. And at long last, we got the screw attack. However, we are then told to stay put as the Galactic Federation wants to come to the station in order to try and capture the SC-X. Turns out they've withheld the plasma beam upgrade and tried to stop from sending the diffusion upgrade in order to keep her from getting too powerful and engaging in the SC-X battle. The Galactic Federation apparently wants to try and work with the SC-X and utilize it and the other X-Parasites as they see potential in the species. So basically, the X are alt-right Nazis, the Federation is a bunch of centrists, and Samus is Antifa, or the alleged alt-left. Holy shit, that's like 3 or 4 political jokes I made in this video. I'm on a roll. Of course, we managed to get through to Adam by calling him by name. We then have to get to the area where we first got our missiles to change the course of the station to crash into SR-388 in an attempt to eradicate the X once and for all. Well, of course, we have to fight the SC-X as a result of it. Make sure to use charged plasma beams. Screw attacking helps, but it also hurts you, so avoid that. And then it turns into... Oh god, I almost choked my saliva. You fucking serious? Okay, this is an X-Parasite that is pretending to be Samus. How in the hell did it manage to turn into whatever the fuck that thing is based on her DNA? And all it does is hop around. You can even shoot it from a high ledge to avoid damage, but what's the point when it hops to only 2 real places in an area and wants to stand still? It's so fucking stupid and it only takes 2 charged shots to kill. Of course, the core of X manages to run away to an area we cannot get to, even though we could before. Now we got 3 minutes to return to our ship, which is replaced by a... shell. Uh-oh. Don't worry guys, I got this! Well, we're gonna die here. Oh hey, it's the SC-X. Now we can absorb it and get the... ice beam. Yeah, it turns out our AICO was a fucking liar as we got the ice beam through an X and our cellular makeup didn't reject it. Granted, you could argue that the X changed to her makeup, but I'm pretty sure that's bullshit. Science! Of course, we beat the Omega Metroid, and the ship comes to pick us up. It also seems that they uploaded the conscience of Adam to the computer as the AI, but that's bullshit as far as I know because he wouldn't have been a cold, heartless AI up until now. He would have been Adam. Also, the ship runs on autopilot? Oh, it was the animals that manned the ship? Yeah, again, 3rd time now. I call bullshit. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is Metroid Fusion. Oh, and also people of all other configurations. Sorry I left you guys out. A game that left both positive and negative impacts on my life, but a game that I grew up with either way, kind of, and grew to love in every single way, as well as know it like the back of my hand, like I mentioned earlier. All in all, it's an amazing game that you should pick up. It's on the Wii U Virtual Console for only $8, and, well, they haven't shut down anything for that yet. Hey guys, thank you so much for watching. If you liked this video, click the like button to show your support, and you can subscribe for more. Click any of the cards and such to check out the videos there and whatnot. You can also check out my social medias in the description below, and please remember to stay awesome. Bye-bye!